This is TeamOkra's beta build. I'm Tyler Amway, and this is my level. So at the start of my level, the player is going to have to use this driftwood here to make a bridge to cross this water. This water is dangerous and will hurt you if you stay inside of it, which is why you have to use this wood to build something. Now that I made it across, I'm going to get a message from my mind that says I could maybe use some driftwood to break some doors. So I'm going to throw it into that door, and inside is a collectible, and which isn't necessary in progressing, but the next part is crouching underneath this building, and then here I'll have to move some wood to discover the next crouching zone here. So there's another building which isn't necessary as far as progression goes. To progress, I'm going to have to build another bridge here, which I'm going to use with this big plank. So this area is me completing my first objective, where I'll also find a note that says 6 scrap equals 1 key. The scrap, which I will find 2 pieces inside here, one is right here, is used to unlock the safe, which is the main goal here. So inside, I'm also trying to get the power on inside this building so I can get to the next area, because there's a door that's locked. So I'm going to jump. Second floor is just a jump puzzle type deal. You gotta just jump around to reach the power, which will then open the door and get the lights on in here. So once I get across here, that computer right there is the interaction that'll get the power on. There, that turns the power on. The door right there will open to my right, and then this elevator will work, now taking me down. So once I get through here, I will have 2 scrap at this point, otherwise I'll have to go back, but here I'll have to build another bridge so that I can get more scrap. This building right here I'll come back to once I have all of my scrap, and that's where I make the key. So there's a scrap right there, there's a scrap right in this building here. And then the last 2 scrap that I need are found in this warehouse. So I got another door I'm going to open. And inside here, right there is a safe that is what I'm trying to get the key to open. So there's a scrap found underneath the stairs here, and then I'm going to run up the stairs to reach the last scrap that is found on the shelf over here. So now that I got all the scrap, I'm going to go back to the smeltery building that I saw earlier and use that to forge a key. Just going to run back here. Go inside using E, and then here I will use E to interact right here, which will forge the key and remove the 6 scrap that I've collected. So now I'm going to return outside, run back to the warehouse, and unlock the safe. Just like this. So once the safe is open, I will acquire the best artifact, which is named after the bastions that we are not allowed to go into. And once I have that, the level is complete and will transition into the next one.
Hi, my name is Anthony Ambrose, and welcome back to my level. Since the last alpha, and since all the critiques, I took it upon myself to make everything more polished, make it actually look like a theater, because it didn't really visually fit the theme. But besides that, the player will come in once they get their objective and find their first key fragment and try to continue on through the level. Since last time, the wall has been raised because it was too easy. So the player has to stack boxes again. The player has to stack boxes to be able to get over the wall. And they can use the grab handle to pick it up and rotate it. And then they can drop it. And then use the terrain to climb up here and get over. Then once they get into the hallway, they have to jump from platform to platform, being careful not to touch the water because it will take health points off of them. And then once they get into the theater, they are tasked with the job to find 5 other collectibles throughout the theater so that they can open up the door and continue on through the level. The player will have to run through over here to the demolished bathrooms, or where they used to be before the storm came and destroyed the theater, and they have to jump to the island and pick up another key fragment. Now on the way back, the player can choose to go down a new path that I added through the middle of the theater, which will take them into the same general direction of this one. It'll just be more to the left. But if they choose to not go through this one, they will miss a key fragment and they'll have to loop back around for it. So the player comes through here and crouches, and as the player comes up, they might see the door first, and then they want to come up here and they see the door has been rusted shut. You might have to give it a couple budges. Press E to give it a budge. But then they'll learn that as they hit E, like I am, they can't open it because they don't have all the key fragments. So they have to keep exploring throughout the level, trying to find the rest of them. And they continue on picking up all the key fragments. And I do want to note that the key fragments are animated. They aren't just like floating still in the air. I should put them closer to the ground, but I thought it would look a bit better if it had some height to it. So the player can come back up here, hit E on the door, and there it is. The door actually opens now that they have all 7 key fragments. So the player will come into the garage after that, and they'll see, oh look, a car. But they can't quite start the car because they have to get all the items that they need to start it, such as gas, keys, and as a little bit of a comedic relief and a joke, a little bit of air freshener that I just picked up. So the player will have to come through the garage looking for all the pieces that they need, and then they'll have to come up to the 2nd floor where they'll be greeted with the gas can. Oh, there we go. And the player will have to keep looking through the garage, behind all the boxes, behind every nook and cranny, and then they'll find the keys over here. They'll come over here, pick up the keys, and then they'll be told that they have completed the objective. And then they have to come back downstairs, crawling underneath the boxes that have been tipped over, to the car, where they will be able to hit E to interact with it after they move out all the boxes. So move all the boxes out of the way so that the car can have its path to drive. And then you come back up to the car, you press E, and you'll be transitioned into the next level. This is the cutscene that I had to animate, and I decided to put some pillars here to make it seem not as boring as you're being transitioned into the next level. You switch cameras into this car, and then you get teleported over here, and obviously you see the player crash right here. That's why they kind of like jumped out and spasmed a little bit. So they crash, they have to jump out because they ran into the curb of the airport, and then they continue on up here into the next level.
Hi, my name is Jordan Ferris, and this is my section of the level. Once the player exits the helicopter, they'll want to come into this building, but there's a force field blocking the front door. So you'll want to run down the road and into this alley and hack this generator. And when you hack that, it'll bring down the force field. And make your way back to the front door. And now the force field's gone, but there's lasers blocking the way. So we can grab these crates and put them in front of the lasers and crouch through. And now we're in the lobby of the building. There's a few pickups in here that aren't necessary. There is a life pack right there. And you do want to take this elevator down to the basement, but right now there's no power. So you'll want to go into the library and hack this generator. And when you hack this generator, it'll turn on turrets and laser traps. And you do have a few seconds to move before they start. There are a few pickups in there, but we'll just quickly run out. And now we can take the elevator down to the basement. And there's rubble blocking the hallway, so we'll want to take this alternate path through the cave to get to the vault. And if you do lose that rock, you can always grab one of these. And you want to jump onto these platforms. And you don't want to land in the water because it does do damage too, as you can see. Once you get here, you want to bring down this force field by hacking this generator. And in this hallway, there are 2 more turrets on the left. You'll quickly want to run past and hack this generator in order to turn them off. And there's a health pack here if you need it. And this is the vault door. We can hack this and it will open. And there are lasers blocking our path. So we can just take another crate and get through and run over here, and this pickup right here is what we came for. And after we pick it up, we can go through this vent to go to Kevin's level.
And my name is Kevin Ayad, and here is my level. We start off in the beginning of a subway, and you have to find some power supplies to get a collectible. It says you have to find something to get over the wall, so take one of these blocks and set it in front of the wall. Jump on it, jump over the wall, and you realize that these boxes can be moved. Start moving the boxes out of the way, and then you find a collectible. I just need to find 2 more. Crouch under the pipe, fallen pipe, and jump over the fallen ceiling. Push the rocks out of the way, and you find a train that you have to open. You can't open it until you find 2 more power supplies. Keep walking, find a set of doors. You open the doors up, and you find a power supply on the ground over here. Then keep going. Find a broken train. You just push the walls out of the way. And push the box out of the way here. And you have to make it over the water to advance, so you just jump over. You gotta be careful though, because they do damage to you. And you can use this block to make some of the jumps up ahead. Can we do this?
Yes, we do. What happened? He died like
The
7
tree,
times.
the tree kept like blocking me, and I could not see shit.
Died like...
Hey, this is Timothy Miles Fowler, and here I am doing my level, raising a wreck. So you start by coming down this hill here. Then over here, you click this little platform into this wall. And like I said before, those collectibles are there mainly as a sort of signal for you to almost accidentally notice that you can put the platforms into the walls, just in case you don't notice by seeing the slots themselves. Then you hop over this catwalk, and you come up and around to here. See the boat down there, crane up there, and a cushion and a panel over there. And that's going to be the basics of what we need for the level. So you come down this ladder, come over to this panel and get some flavor text about how essentially he puts a remote device to activate this panel later, because it's going to open up that gate at the end there. Then you get some more text about I should throw this cushion onto the boat over there, and then I should also use this crate to climb up the stairs. And you can notice that this crate looks different from those crates, you know, and like that's the same for all the crates that are manipulatable by physics. So you open up this door, come over here, hit this gate, open. Jesus Christ, the volume. We'll deal with that. So you pick up this cushion and you put that on the boat too. And these cushions do respawn when you if you throw them in the wrong spot, so don't worry about that. I'll probably shut it off later when it's more convenient to miss. For instance here, like let's say I drop this in the water, it just spawns right next to me. So gonna toss that over there onto the boat. Open up this. There we go. A few more cushions onto the mound. Alright, now up here we just got, oh, I missed that one, and boom, it's right next to me. So another cushion onto the mound, and that time was good. So we just do a basic little platforming section over here. A few small hops. Then we're going to go across that ladder over there. And you can get that collectible behind the ladder if you want. It's purely optional. But for now, just get on here. And you see we got a new objective to get to the tip of the crane and jump down onto the cushions. And so for this cushion, you could climb up to the top and throw it down that way. Or you could just kind of be a little cheeky and lift it around the bars and then just toss it on like that. It's probably the easier way. Then you're going to want to climb up these stairs to get on top of the crane. Jump here. A few more jumps. And now on top of the crane. And finally, you're going to finish things off by doing a quick jump down here. And the jump is taken and the boat comes out. Alright, and that's the end of my level.